All right, cool. So I think it's up and running now. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Yeah, it sounds fun. All right, I think I'll start this one off by doing the same thing as the last one, where it's like, what did I do in the beginning? I think in the last one, I think I was at the park, so I was like, well, I think I was like talking about the scenery or something. If you hear can you hear that? Never mind then. Don't worry about it. Don't tell people things that they can't hear. It's just annoying. Doesn't matter. Like when someone tells you something that's like, you know, out of your control that you can't hear. Because I was gonna say if you hear the wind or something, it's the air blowing. It's the air conditioner. But I don't think it's even getting picked up. So it's one of those things like why even, you know, when you tell someone something and then it's like, okay, well, you know, whatever you tell someone, it usually means something. Usually, well, whatever. All right, so first of all, I know it's been a long time since the last one. Um, Again, busy, busy, busy. School, school, school. Um, yeah, not good. Not that it's not good. It's just it is what it is. I think I just gotta. Um, hmm, I don't know. Yeah, I think I just gotta like buckle down and study through this semester, and then you know rework or refocus or re-talk to myself after the semester is done, and then really realize what I'm gonna do. I'm going on a trip this summer. It pretty much got finalized. I'm going to Europe. No, I mean, okay, yeah, Europe, but I'm going to the UK, Amsterdam, and then Paris. Not in that order. I'm going to the UK first, to see an F1 race, which is crazy. I mean, that's gonna be, man, that's gonna be crazy. Their first race is happening this weekend, actually. So it's funny to see that the season starting, and I'm going to go see a race this season. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that. That's like, that's like the most exciting thing in my life ever. That's even like seeing that F1 race is going to be, it's gonna be insane. I'm so excited to see F1 race. I've been watching F1 for like years now. I would say like 6, right? Um, like yeah, like actually paying attention, not just being like, "Ooh, I like those cars," and I think I know who that guy is. And it's been like 6 years, and then I got my mom into it by showing her the TV show, and she fell in love with it. She's like all the people, she likes Leclerc the most. Leclerc, he's a driver for Ferrari. She likes him the most, and I just got her hooked. And so I was like, if we're like doing, because we had planned it before, and it just kind of got finalized this week. Like my mom actually, we bought the tickets, so I didn't put any in for the tickets. That's even though that was the original deal was like maybe I'd put in some for the ticket, but due to me not working, couldn't do that. But now the deal is she buys the tickets, but all extra stuff, like if I want a t-shirt, whatever, she's not buying anything. I have to buy that. So that's a good fare. That's a trade-off. And I'll buy her dinner a couple of times, We're going to be there for 3 weeks. So, yeah, we're going to go see an F1 race, which is going to be fucking insane. It's going to be so awesome. So we're going to do that. Then, so that's good in the very beginning. And so then we're going to go to Paris for, oh man, what's it called? I'm near my computer. I'm literally sitting at, not Boxing Day. What's it called? Excuse me, not Boxing Day. Paris Holiday. No, Paris holidays. No, Paris celebration. No, come on. You know the word I'm trying to spell. Celebrations. Um. Okay, what's it called? It's like a big festival. Oh man. No, it's like oh jeez. It's like this thing of Bastille Day. There you go. Wow. I didn't even look that up. It just got to me. Got to my memory. Sometimes things just don't get to my memory. So excited that it got there. Yeah, so going to see an F1 race and Bastille Day. It's gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be a ton of people, even though I hate being around a lot of people, but you can't stop that from traveling. Just like I can't stop my fear of flying. I don't know what's higher, my fear of flying, my fear. And that's the thing. It's not the fear of people, really. I just hate how annoying everyone else is. I know that sounds very like, what's the word? Like, how are you going to do that? You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to go through life being annoyed by every person? So, I'm working on it. Not therapy, but just self-therapy. It's called self-therapy. When you force yourself into situations you have to be in. That's what that's called. Yeah, I'm not in therapy, but man, my dad was actually just talking about maybe going, which shocked me. Well, he didn't say maybe going, but when I brought it up, he didn't seem too against the idea. So that was something. And I know that's like, well, what does that mean? But it's a big thing for him to not immediately throw an idea to the ground is a big thing for him to, because that's one of those things that's like sensitive for people. You bring that in front of somebody, they might get mad. They're like, why do you think I need to go to therapy? You know what I mean? It's like, unless they're like really close, and if you're really close to someone, then it's like, all right, well, they might know me, so maybe it's not the craziest thing, because if you bring up therapy in front of someone, that's like a big deal. Then you could get punched in the face. At least in my family, you get a nice 1-2 judge. I don't know. No one's gonna do that in my family, but they will get mad. Bastille Day is a common name given to English-speaking countries to the National Day of France, which is celebrated on July 14th each year. In French, it is formally called Fête Nationale Française. Legally, it is known as Astella Giulietta. No, not just Juliet. Juliet? No, I don't think there's an I. Juliet. No, yeah, there's an I. I don't know how to. Who knows? But it's funny. Their colors are red, white, and blue, too. It's just the other way. Blue, white, and red. Which I guess is what derived from. Well, ours is derived from theirs, right? I think. I'm not really sure. Is ours derived from theirs, or is theirs can't be all? We're a younger country than France. So it has to be the reverse, the Uno card. I'm sorry for my microphone going all weird like that. All right, that should be good. What else do I need to tell? So that we're doing that, right? So we're going there. We're going to see that Ford race. It's gonna be awesome. Now, the thing I want to do is either go to a club, either in Amsterdam or somewhere in the UK. Now, my mom's gonna be there. It's gonna be me, my brother, and my mom. So when we get there, it will be like a moment. Well, not a moment, but I'll either have to go in the club with her or by myself. Now, me personally, especially in Amsterdam, because I've heard those are like the craziest, I want to get her in to a club. Like, being in Amsterdam, seeing her in a club would be crazy. like it's just one of those memories that you have to do. You know, a lot of people want to be like, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go into a club with my mom, blah blah blah. Like normally, of course, I really wouldn't. But then again, when you have parents, you have to take those moments. Especially when they're alive, while they're alive, you have to take those moments. So it's like I have to do it, even though it's not like, I wouldn't normally do it, but like we're in it, so we don't know when we're gonna be back. It's not like a normal trip for us. Like a normal trip for us is like going to Mexico. We've been to other places, like I've been to Italy, but it's not like normal. Like I haven't been back to Italy. I went once. So, having that moment, being in, just being there, like, would be crazy. Being in Amsterdam and being like in a club with my mom would be hilarious. And it's just one of those moments that you have to take. You know what I mean? She can't just sit outside. It's like, no, you gotta take it. You gotta take that moment. I think you always have to take a moment like that, especially when you're with your parents, because you don't know. You don't know when you're gonna get it back. You don't know if you're gonna be there again. I don't know when I'm gonna be there again. Maybe not ever. Who knows? So you gotta take it. What else? So we're gonna do that. And really, I haven't looked up. This is more my mom's trip than anything. Like, she's been wanting to go for so long. She taught in English in Spain and went to France for a couple times, but she's been dying to take us. Like, she's like, we gotta go. So I literally have not looked up any video or anything about the place. It's pure surprise, everything about it. What's gonna annoy me is the accents, because my friend went to Australia and he was like, it was all fun, it was great, but I couldn't get over the accents. It was too much. It was too annoying, and he was only there for 2 weeks. So, hey, hope it doesn't get too annoying. I know there are a lot of English speakers, but everyone says French people are so mean to people who don't speak the language. So, I mean, I don't know the language at all, but I don't think I need to. I think we'll be okay without it. So we're doing that. And that's all I've been thinking about. The fact that I'm about to go to it's in a little while. But the fact that I'm going to an F1 race is pretty crazy. It's one of those things that's like, wow, can't believe it's actually happening. I think it'll be good. The whole trip. I don't like planes. Sorry about that. I had to take a drink of water. I don't like planes, but I think I'll get over that. Hopefully I'll get over that. I think there's what's the name of that pill? What's the name of the pill people take to relax and I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know the names of drugs and stuff, but I know the name of a couple, to be fair. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Whatever that is to relax and whatever people take. Maybe I could take that. I don't know. I feel like I'm still gonna, because it's a long flight. I almost got my mom and my brother to do a flight to New York, get off, and then go to the UK and land in Heathrow. But they didn't want to do that. No. They were like, no. Which I'm not going to, be too mad. But I'm not mad at all. I get it. They want a straight flight. They don't care. They want to just get there. Which I get. My brother was like, no. And then what? We're getting off. And then we have to worry about bags. Which is true. It is what it is. I'm okay with it. It's fine. But it is, it's a trip. It's a lot of it's a lot of getting comfortable in the seat. It's a lot of nerves on my part. I guess not on anyone else's part. I don't know why I grew up so scared of planes, and you know, like not wanting to be in the air in a flying box where you could just drop out at any moment, which is true. People don't think about that, but it is true. It is. Not that anything has ever happened. So, whatever. Not that anything's ever happened. So, besides that, I've been like really trying to collect comics lately. Like trying to get into the old stuff. Trying to get into like just trying to get like the whole like I'm trying to get 80s, a lot of 80s and 90s stuff. Sorry. Tried to get a lot of 80s and 90s stuff. What else have been done? Well, not only that, but like to go more into that. It takes a lot. Like when you're really comic book hunting and you're like trying to get the stuff, you realize how hard it is. You have to scour the internet all the time. You have to go to comic book shops. You have to look out for everything. You have to go to used bookstores. Like if you're really in it, and that's what I've been doing lately. I've been just like I've been to like 5 stores. I've talked to way too many people than I want to about comics, and so I've been doing all that, just trying to get a lot of 80s stuff, a lot of like, I've been trying to get Crisis, this thing called Crisis on Infinite Earths that is a thing DC does. If you don't know, it's a story. Sorry. It's a story. So, trying to do that. Other than that, relaxing. And here's something. So, this is going to be mean, but right off the bat. So, you already know it's going to be mean. I just told you. The show The Last of Us has come out. It is not good. Plain and simple, it's ass. No, I wouldn't say it's ass, but it's mid. It is. So, besides that, it's fine. I'm not even going to say it's bad, it's mid. It's fine. It's a good show. I would say it's good. The problem is, and I don't know why no one else has seen this, but the girl in the show, how do I put this nicely? The girl in the show, the girl in the show looks like, how do I put this nicely? She looks like not your conventional actress, okay? Not your conventional actress. Take the top shows with young women in it as one of the central characters, right? Which is most of them. They keep doing that lately. She doesn't look like a conventional actress. She's not the best looking actress. But I think even she'll say that, just like she'll say that, that's not anything like too controversial. Sure, I bet she would even say that. Yeah, it's weird because like her acting is okay, everything's about it okay. About her is okay, but she is not the best actress. She just isn't. I mean, not the best looking actress. She just isn't. She looks kind of odd-ish, like a unique look. Now, I know I'm not the only one who picks up on that. I know I'm not. Like, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but there is this thing where they're doing this to men in video games too, because everyone got mad for a while that all men, because of the whole Superman thing, people got like kind of mad about like, oh, every man needs to have a six-pack to look good and blah blah blah. Whatever. I don't think so. I don't think that's good. I think everyone has their type. And a big type, I will say, is men who look good. And it's just what it is. When you take everyone's type, yeah, men with muscles and looking good will be at the top. Well, most people, just like vice versa, women with attractive fingers, large breasts, um, big butt, nice form, shaped, not too big, of course, like my auntie. No, that's her. She has a thyroid problem. But it is what it is. Bad joke. Well, funny to me and my brother, but we can't. I can't constantly make fun of other family members. Here's the thing, okay, because that sounded mean. She was mean to us. She doesn't like us. She's on the side of the family that doesn't like us. So, fair play, okay? How you gonna talk about my dad behind my other auntie's back and act and then think we're still gonna be nice to you? It's like you can't. Family talk about well, family fighting is a thing in my family, at least on that side. No, on both sides actually. It's funny. And on my dad's side of the family, they don't talk to my dad because they think he's like, because he smokes and he's a construction worker, smokes weed, and he's a construction worker. And he never finished college. He dropped out to become a construction worker, a foreman. And they didn't like that, They really didn't like that. They kind of because everyone on that side of the family has like a college degree and this and that. I think two of them are doctors, whatever. And he didn't. It stopped with him, his how would it go? His uncle did, everyone went. My grandma, his mom did, and he did. So everyone hates him for that. And then you have my mom on the other side of the family, on the opposite, where no one went, and only she did. Like my grandpa, my grandma, they didn't go. Only she did. And my aunt. So only two out of this big family. There's only two. So which is crazy. So it's it's weird. You have this reverse, this thing of well, they kind of, I would say envy how my mom's life went, because it is good. She's married with 2 kids, in college. One is about to graduate. So I guess it is, I wouldn't say they're jealous, but there's definitely an air of oh, you think you're better than us. It's happened. I've seen it happen. Not to say that my mom doesn't give up that vibe sometimes. She does have an air of she's been a Karen. Let's put it that way. She's been a Karen in a couple situations. The type of situations where you have to be okay, you have to pretend you're not friends with this person. Or that's not your mom. You have a moment like that where your mom's becoming a Karen. You have to be okay, and just kind of fade away into the background, walk away. You're at Walmart, and for whatever reason, at the cash register isn't. I don't want to be too specific, but isn't taking your coupon fast enough. Not that it's not even not working. It's just not going fast enough. Yeah, but whatever. I digress. What was I talking about? Oh, Last of Us. Yeah, she isn't the most conventional looking actress, but I guess they cast her and people like her. But I guess no one's gonna call her ugly. No one's gonna come out and say it. But I don't know. I don't want to assume what people are thinking, but I assume we all are looking at the same person and thinking the same thing, right? There aren't people out there not being she's obviously the most beautiful person in the world. That's not happening, right? I assume. If it is, I'd be really, really surprised. I don't think it is. I don't know. But I have also at the same time, I haven't seen anyone, at least, where I've been looking, on general Twitter, and because, I purposely seek out people who like the show. If I don't like a show, I'll go and I'll find tweets about people tweets who like really love it, and then I'll be like, okay, like, why do they like it? Like, what is it? And most people, it's just the representation. People like the representation in the show, which I get. If you like the show and you're like, I'm so glad that there's representation, then sure, fine. If that's the reason you like the show, that's the reason you like the show. There's plenty of comics that I read that represent myself that I'm like, yeah, good. Even if they may not be that great, or they may even be cringy a little bit, eventually they will do good by your representation. The more representation out there, for you, whoever you identify with, whatever, the more chances people have to get it right. And I think that's what people kind of miss, is that, everyone's like, oh, there's so much representation. But then when you boil it down, how much of it is actually good? How much of it has won an Oscar? How much, how much recognition does a very diverse and representative of yourself game? How many people actually play it? How many people actually think it's good? So I think this is one of those times where they, I guess, I don't know, to other people's eyes at least, did representation right. I'm not even saying that they did it wrong. It's just, I don't know if are we really all ready to see two real burgerly dudes make out on camera? I guess so, because it happened. So I guess so. I'm wrong in the fact that it's already been aired and it's over. Apparently, we are ready for that because it happened. That's one of the things of being reactionary, is that it's reactionary. It's what has already happened. You reacting to what's already happened. If we weren't ready for it, people wouldn't even think about putting it on TV. But guess what? They did. They practiced it. They wrote it. They practiced it. They filmed it, and they released it. On HBO. So, not some like indie. Like, you got people checking everything, and a release. So yeah, everything we say after that point is reactionary. So I literally just picked up with one hand. I picked up, wiped my hands on like one of those flushable, in quotes, in air quotations, because it's not actually flushable. I hope you people don't flush them. But I just picked one up with one hand, wiped my hand, and put it down and slid. And the only sound you really heard was the slides. I thought that was funny. Yeah, so that is happening. Good show. I don't think she's super attractive. But here's the thing. Again, I don't even think people are pretending she is. You get what I'm saying? I don't even think people are pretending she is. I think we all see that. Excuse me. I think we all see that. Sorry about that. I think the mic is too close or something. I don't know. I'll get the audio better next week. I think I did something to it because the last one I did outside, and I'm remembering now that I did play with something in Audacity, and then when I was trying to pitch correct in it, or something. I don't know. I think I did dabble with something to where now I hear myself in the microphone. It does matter. I hear myself in the microphone too loud, but it's okay. I'm legit just looking at news because this podcast really, I had nothing too much to say. The reason I haven't put one out in 2 weeks at this point is because of busyness. And then when I was like, okay, I'm ready to sit down and do one, I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't. Hey, but it is what it is. You get to things when you get to things. A lot of people don't get, like, life is a process. No, we can't. I can't talk about life. What podcast is this? I'm just gonna go on a life rant every time. How about a news rant? Blockbuster. Oh, there's the last Blockbuster is in Portland. And before this my semester is over, before this summer, I have my car here. So I was gonna drive up to the last one just to see it. Some weekend. I was gonna I was thinking about doing it. Oh, here's something else that's coming up. I was thinking about doing it on spring break, but instead I decided to go to Yosemite for the first time. So spring break, I will be in Yosemite for the first time. It's gonna be awesome. I've looked it up. I looked up the trails I'm gonna do. I paid for the thing to park for a few days. Doing it. Gonna be good. I've wanted to go to Yosemite for a long time. And when I came to San Francisco the first time just to visit, I thought we were gonna go. We ended up not having enough time. And that's what happens when you're a kid and no one listens to you. No one makes time for no one makes time for you. Unfortunately. Well, no, I don't. I mean, if you don't have time, you don't have time. It is what it is. I don't know what exactly was going on when I was a kid, but hey, they said they didn't have time, so you don't have time. It is what it is. But we didn't go, is the point. But now I'm finally going. Oof, that's gonna be exciting too. Actually, I wonder what it's gonna be like. How nice it is, and since it'll be spring. Will I see the orange leaves? Right? I think. Let me. Oh God! Before I look too stupid. Is spring leaves? Is that a thing? Or am I thinking of autumn? Oh yeah, never mind. All right. Yep. Yep. All right. Hey, listen. I caught myself. Okay, when you say something extremely stupid. You catch yourself, I think it's much better. Alright, let's see this. What else news-wise is out there? Spawn? A new Spawn movie? No. That can't be. Alright, so this is, a lot of the news nowadays is just terrible. It's just bad. That's why I really don't look at the news. And I know that's one of the things that's like, the news is bad, so I don't look at the news. But literally, that's why, my reasoning for not looking at news is because it's bad. Now, that's not, entirely true. My homepage is the New York Times, which I need to resubscribe to, actually. So it's funny I brought that up as a humble kind of subtle I'm smart brag. But for 2 weeks, every time I click on a story, it says I can't do it, and I'm just too lazy to renew and put in my card number, because Google, for whatever reason, is not saving my cards lately. So whatever, so I have to physically go get it and type in the whole thing. So yeah, I don't know. Hey, actually, okay, so my Audacity right now is kind of pausing, so I'm gonna do a real quick stop and go, stop and start a new track. All right, yeah, I stopped and started a new track. Hopefully, because sometimes even on my laptop, Audacity, when you record for a long time, it starts to get a little iffy. Okay, so that was a little bit sketchy. For me, it was a 2-minute suspenseful wait to see if Audacity was going to crash and delete all of what I just said, or continue. And I just, it's funny. It only took, like I said, 2 minutes, but 10 seconds in, my rage had hit, and I put the microphone down because it's up to my mouth right now, and I put it down. Again, this won't be 2 minutes for you, but I put it down, and I almost, because again, I haven't done this in 2 weeks, and I even said to myself, I said, should I do this at my laptop instead of my PC? and just go sit in the chair. But I was like, no, I want my computer just in case I don't have something to talk about. My laptop has been running kind of slow. That's why I, it's easy to take my laptop outside and do it because I'm looking at trees, I'm looking at other stuff. But my PC has my computer, and I'm like, you know what? It'll be fine. Even though Audacity for some reason runs better, I don't know. It doesn't matter. So my rage. The point is, I need to stop. Getting so angry so quickly, which people have told me. Yeah, anger issues. What are we gonna do? Everyone with anger issues, quick to anger. You know what I need to do? Ask someone who doesn't have anger issues and ask them, say, why when something breaks that you've been working on for a half hour, why would you not get instantly mad and I don't know, punch a wall? Not that I've done that, but why don't you? That's what I always would ask people who don't get, mad at the drop of a pin at one little wrong thing. I go, how do you not? That's like, how does the heat not rise immediately? So, which is funny. I guess it's not funny, but it is what it is. I guess people with anger issues might have, I don't know, might be, I don't know, really. I guess I was gonna say maybe they have like some trauma or something, but I don't really think I do. I think I've always been like that ever since I was a kid. They tell me that I've been super quick at the drop of a hat to get angry. So who knows? I don't know. Like what happened at such a young age that even at a young age, I got that quick to anger. Who knows? I don't think anything particular. Nothing jumps out into mind. But I guess that's what therapy is for. You go and you see what it is, even though you might be really young. Too young to kind of remember. But hey, I guess that's what it is. Even though again, I really don't. I really don't think. I can't put anything in my mind right now of why I'm so I'm still so angry all the time. But no, it's not even that like I'm angry all the time. It's just again quick to anger, frustration, stuff like that. How do you become less quick at that? It's a mystery of life. Definitely life would be easier if I didn't get that quick to anger. That's for sure. Yeah. So I was just looking at The Last of Us in this thing, and this guy, they were talking about The Last of Us, and one of these threads is, you wouldn't know this, but one of the threads is what video games, because they're saying The Last of Us made people cry, and they're saying what video games have made you cry and that you've played. And so this person's list, some of these games I haven't played, so I can't say, but I've played a majority of them or have watched them, and so I'm gonna tell you them because I think it's not a bad list. The first one, The Last of Us. This isn't in any order. The second one on the list, Silent Hill 2. Haven't played it, but know about it. Know about the ending. And maybe, I don't know, it didn't cry when I watched the video of the ending. Wait, did I see that? No, I'm going to say put Last of Us 2 in the didn't see and don't know about. Yeah, because I'm not sure if I watch a different Silent Hill. I don't know. I never played any of the games. But I've watched video essays about them. So 2, Zelda. And I would say Zelda, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I haven't played every Zelda game, but I get that. Yeah, Zelda can definitely make you cry. Now this is good. what is this game called again? The Walking Dead, like the book, not the book game, but like the just press the button action game to where you make choices by Telltale. If anyone knows what the hell I'm talking about, it's a Telltale game. They used to make these decision-based games that changes. It's all every decision changes, and you could get a certain ending, right? And that one's good. I've played that one. Haven't played every Telltale game, but that one's good. I played that one and the Borderlands ones, so those were good. God of War Ragnarok. I don't know about making you cry. I'm not. I don't know about making you cry. It was okay, but I don't know. Maybe he has daddy issues and so made you cry. Guardians of the Galaxy, the new game that came out. Now I don't know. I haven't played it. Don't really know about it. Know generally that it's like not a bad game. Zelda, another Zelda. Sure, again. Spider-Man, the first one, the one for PS4. I mean, the Spider-Man movies, I think, made me cry more than the game. The game is okay. I don't think it's a cry game, though, right? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe, for people who are susceptible to crying, maybe that's what it is. Another God of War. Okay, so the first one and the second one made him cry. Village. Don't know anything about it. Don't know that game. Titanfall 2. Yes, both Titanfalls have made me cry. Man, Titanfall's a good game. If you haven't played Titanfall, play the first one, play the second one. It will make you. It's not even that long of a campaign. What's really crazy about it is, but it is good. Also, what's not on this list is oh no. Oh god, oh no. Now I gotta look this up. My brain works that way. I have to look this up. It's a army game about you're in the desert and you're basically you're a fighter and you're like, something's going on in the desert and you have to figure it out. You're in the army, so they keep telling you go do this, go do that, and the whole point of it is that at the end, I'm gonna type this in as I say, at the end, you figure out that you've been killing your own people. You find out you're killing your own people. And it's pretty crazy. It's really sad. You basically figure out that like you've been playing the villain the whole time, killing everybody, and the reason why every stage you get to, they're running and coming after you and your team is because you've been killing Americans and you're American, but they've been doing it on purpose because but the people behind it would make you do it on purpose without telling you what was happening. So it's pretty crazy. It'll come up when I do this. Right, The Line, Spec Ops The Line. Man, this game was good. Spec Ops The Line was a great game. It was sad and it's funny. The game hits you in the feels before you even learn that twist at the end where you've been killing your own army guys. Like it's already sad because there are moments where you're like, oh my god, like I can't. Oh, it's sad. That's a good game though. It's surprising too because my cousin a while ago gave me he wasn't playing Xbox anymore basically, and he gave me a bunch of Xbox games. Didn't tell me about them. Xbox 360 games, and he didn't tell me about each one. But there was like Rock Band. Rock Band. God, Guitar Hero. Stuff like that. And one of the ones was Spec Ops The Line, and I got that like big box of games from him, which I think back now, and it's so crazy and it's so nice that he gave me that many games. Like, I don't know if I would do that now. I don't even, I'm keeping my Xbox 360 games just to keep. I don't even play. I don't even know if I would do that now. But he did. Very nice. And I didn't play every game, and it took me like 2 years to even get to Spec Ops: The Line in that box. Just with school and like it was a lot of games. And he had games in there like, he had The Witcher, so he had Halo, so he was like, he had games in there that was like that took time and were popular at the time, and so I would play those. I was playing a lot of GTA, Gay Tony, The Ballad of Gay Tony. So I was playing, so it took me a while, and I was like, oh, what is this Spec Ops: The Line? Popped it in one day in summer. I think it was like middle of high school, and I could not stop playing. I played for easily over, well, maybe not, a little over 24 hours. I remember not sleeping, and I finished in 2 days. Right, it was the saddest thing ever. I would rival it almost with the end of Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, that's how good that game is. I was like, I couldn't put it down. Every mission, I was like, wait, what is gonna happen? Because the twist is building. It's like a mystery. It's an action game, but it's also a mystery. And you're like, what is going on? Who are these people? Why are you fighting them? And then boom, never forget playing that game. So what else does he have in this list? Super Mario Bros. Paper. All right. Okay, this guy's got weird emotional things. He does have this movie on here because he did movies too in this list, and he has Nocturnal Animals. Ooh, I love that movie, Nocturnal Animals. What's her name? Who's in this movie? Yeah, Nocturnal Animals with Isla Fisher. No, Isla Fisher. Yes, but the other woman in this movie, the person whose face is actually on the box, what's her name? Oh my god, why isn't she top billing? Her face is on the thing. Wait, is it not Isla Fisher? No, it's not Isla. It's this one, Amy Adams. That's right. Yes. I was like, what the hell? She's not top billing, but her face is on the cover. It's funny. She's not the top anything. Maybe this is a different movie. No, it says, why is she not at the top? Amy Adams is down, but this movie has her. Weird. But yes, Amy Adams looked good in that movie. Yeah. So she did. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna lie. I won't be lying when it comes to how attractive Amy Adams is. Come on now. Not gonna downplay it. I don't know what she looks like now, recently. Still good. At least from this picture. Still good. I think so. Yeah, she was in a lot of stuff. She's in Arrival, which I never saw. I know everyone's like, oh, I know. Never saw it. I've seen every other one of her movies. Leap Year, American Hustle, Disenchanted, Enchanted, Man of Steel. Man, she got robbed in that role. They did so little with Lois Lane in Henry Cavill, Man of Steel movies. What's hilarious? Henry Cavill, Man of Steel movies is now something we say. Like, it's past. He's not Superman anymore. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I get to say. Remember the Henry Cavill ones, like, in the past? Oh, man, I hate it. I don't like Henry Cavill at all. I think he's a big liar. I think Henry Cavill's just a big liar. I think if you really cut into him, and really saw what he was like, I think he's a big liar. He just comes across as Croft. He just comes across as a big liar to me. To anybody else? Does anybody else have Henry Cavill in their mind and just go, yeah, I don't know. You know who I do love? The Tom Cruise. Nah, I do love Tom Cruise. I fuck with Tom Cruise. Yeah, there's you're gonna hear that train behind me. I live too close to it for you not to. So you guys definitely heard that. But it is what it is. Can't move. I'm not in a park. Next week I'll be in a park. No, I can't make promises for this podcast anymore. No, sorry. It's just be a surprise. Excuse me. I will promise this though. Weekly. I can't always say I'm gonna be in a nice park, but weekly. I will do it weekly. No more skipping weeks, getting lazy with it. Because there are times where I could be doing this, and potentially like actually make something and do something productive, and I would just be doing nothing. So there's no more of that. Now if I was like actually busy, where I really had like no time, then sure. But I think most people know when they have time and when they're bullshitting. It's like most people, when they go, "Well, I just don't have time." You know you do, and you're just lazy. It's like going to buy something you need at the store, and like I don't know, like you know, something, something. I don't know, something you need at the bar, and at the store. So, what am I talking about? You're just lazy. Everyone's lazy. What was I actually talking about? Well, I don't know. Amy Adams, something. Whatever it is, I hope there's a nugget, a gold nugget for you in there. Anyone listening to take away from. Yeah. Oh no, I was talking about Henry Cavill being a terrible Superman. Good. I really do. I really do hate Henry Cavill. I don't like him. I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way. Now, this is interesting. I'm looking at a list of like good movies, basically people like, and this guy said, without joking, that Biodome, the old movie, if you don't know what it is, go look up the trailer. That's all you need to do. It's a good movie. Biodome is a no good movie. Are you kidding me? Biodome. No. People, I just, if you don't know what Howard the Duck, the live movie is, go Google that, and then come back to me and tell me if you even think that's it. Just Google an image. Google one frame of any point of Howard the Duck and show me and tell me that Howard the Duck, number one, is in nightmare fuel, and number two, is a good movie. You can't. An impossible task for no one. And yeah, that's a terrible movie. Oh, this is actually a sad thing. So there's this girl named Shauna Ray, right? And she's from this show where she has her own show where she basically had a disease when she was younger, and it stunted her growth, right? My cousin's very similar to this, but he's not as short, and it wasn't the same disease, but he did stunt his growth when he was like, I want to say, 13 or something. No, younger. But yeah, a similar thing, right? So he kind of, is short, but looks like a man, looks older than this woman, but she stunted her growth, right? And the show's about her living her life in a body, she says, of like a middle schooler, but she's actually 25 or 6 or something, or maybe older, right? So she's, it's like juxtaposition. Like in the show, one of the things was like her interacting with kids, and it's always weird because of how old she really is, but the kid thinks she's their age, and it's like this weird thing. So yeah, it's just like this weird thing, right? It's like an awkward, it could be awkward for things in her life. I'm trying to describe this show to the best of my ability, right? It's about her life being disabled. So she recently got a boyfriend, but the boyfriend doesn't have that. He's a guy. He's like 6 something. He doesn't have any disabilities. He's a guy, and people are making fun of him because they're saying things like, "Oh, it's weird that you're going with a kid and this and that." But really, it's like, what else is she supposed to do? What else is she supposed to do? Not date anybody? It's really weird because it's like, yes, the look of them being together is odd, right? If you're just, again, I'm not calling either one of them odd, but like if you just look at it, yes, it's weird with the fact in your head knowing that they're not a father and daughter or sister and brother. It's like they're dating. So yes, just look, it can look odd to people, right? Yes. But knowing that she is that age, after you have that information in your head, what else is she supposed to do? Go purposely seek out someone that looks like her? That's why. Why is she doing that? She likes who she likes, and he likes who he likes. He has the knowledge that she is 20 something, and that is a fact. That's not like a, she may look not that age, but my thing is this: if you want to say, okay, it looks kind of odd, then you can say that in your head. But like realistically, what do you want her to do? People are calling him out, thinking he's weird, but it's like, okay, so what? Every time this girl has a boyfriend, you guys are gonna make fun of him. Let's say she gets to the age of 50, then is it okay? Like, what do you want her to do? She's 20 something. You can't. I don't know. You can't change. What is she supposed to do? So it's like this weird situation. Maybe I'm just sensitive to it because I worked with, I don't know, special ed and disabled children. So like maybe I have a weird thing. Maybe I'm too biased. Maybe. I don't know. So like this guy said, this guy's weird. Okay, so this guy gets into a weird technical part of it where he goes, this guy's weird because in her body, she never actually got out of that stage. So technically, he is with someone that age, but that's still weird because I feel like knowledge trumps that. Like, no, like her being 26, literally, I feel like trumps that, but for some people, it doesn't. Now, then again, would I, like, I'm not gonna lie, no, I wouldn't. I'd be too afraid of how I look like, but that's just, I'm telling you the truth. I'm already self-conscious, so no, I couldn't. So, just to tell the truth, like, I hate to be like that guy that's like, like the almighty, but in reality, no, I couldn't, because I couldn't. I couldn't handle that. My anxiety, walking through Whole Foods by myself alone as it is like way too high. I can only imagine with her, like it'd be too much. So, just to tell the truth, I wouldn't. However, because really, right, this guy asks, so is she supposed to be alone her whole life just because of her condition? Like, yeah, it's like, okay, so what do what is the outcome? The people calling him weird, what do you want to happen? And their outcome is, at least on Twitter, is, I don't know, it's just weird. So, hey, for me, you gotta have an answer. You can't just say some shit without an answer, Euphoria season 3, I don't know, mid. Everything's mid. No, Euphoria, I haven't watched one second of Euphoria. I have no idea. Could be good. Could be the greatest thing since sliced bread. Sliced blue, purple, and darker blue bread, because that's apparently the color scheme for Euphoria. That's all I know about Euphoria, is that they have a what they call a bisexual color scheme. I don't call it that, but people do call it that. Genuinely, they do. That show, it's funny because I know nothing about that show. I've never seen that show, and yet I heard the news that Zendaya was getting paid $1 million for an episode. I don't know how I knew that, how I saw that, but I did. It's funny that even when you don't watch a show, know nothing about the person, don't care about them, you still know news about it. You just do, It's funny. Hey. So I think I'm going to end on this for a couple and talk about my experience at the movies seeing Quantumania. So I went and saw Ant-Man Quantumania, right? And here's what happened. The movie already sucked, right? Also, I don't know what's going on with movie theaters, but if they're really going to pay, if they really want you to start paying a higher price for better seats, if the noise complaints are going to go through the roof. Because imagine paying for a prime seat and someone still is talking near you. Oh my God, you would lose your mind. Because you'd be like, okay, so now I'm paying more and this shit is still happening. The theater is still dirty. The food still sucks. And the food's still expensive, so I'm paying even more and more. And then someone is still talking. The complaints are going to go through the roof. They just will, especially this, in America, that's what people do, complain. So the complaints, I hope AMC is ready for all the complaints because it's going to get crazy. Right when you rate, like someone has a prime seat and they paid like a couple more bucks for it, they're going to be like, I can't have popcorn on the ground while I'm sitting. Immediate, you can't, because even I've come into a theater and there's still popcorn on the ground. So, and noise complaints and people being on their phone are going to be huge. Once you start paying for a higher price tickets, you do not want to hear people fucking behind you in the upper seats. You don't want to hear it. You won't want to see anyone on their phone distracting you with their light. You're not going to want to see it. And it's going to be even worse. The complaints are going to go high. So, hope they're ready for that. So I went and saw Quantumania. And after all that. So I went and saw Quantumania. And so when I went into the theater initially, there was no one there, which was nice. And then it started getting filled up. And I was like, ugh. Alright. Again, not the movie's fault. Not anyone's fault. Even though middle of a week matinee usually gets nobody. So it was kind of odd. I was like, it's odd that there are even people here, but whatever. This many people here, but whatever. So I'm seeing it. The people, big ass dudes and their family, sit right behind me. So on top of that, no, not on top of that. Sorry. Getting distracted. Sorry. Okay. Getting distracted. So, because of that, their big ass legs were like in my chair. And I don't even think they were kicking my chair. They just, like, I guess they were so big, their knees just bent the back of my chair. So I had to like constantly keep pushing my leg back, which annoyed me. And then I thought they were kicking my chair, but I think they're just like these huge guys. Because when I saw them walking out, they were, So I'm like, I think it's just that it's the same issue on a plane, It's like they're just huge dudes or whatever, and their family, big ass family. But on top of that, they were eating, and it was just constantly throughout the movie. And I was like, no, please, don't do this. Don't eat like this the whole time. And they ain't like that the whole time. They ate like monsters. I'm not even trying to be a mean dude, but they just were. Man, and I was like, the knees, the eating, and I was just like, wow. And they kept getting more shit. Like halfway through the movie, they were still getting, I think, pizza. Like whatever came in like a round box. I think they were eating pizza. And I was like, halfway through the movie's not even that long. Quantumania isn't even long enough for this. Like that's more food than you would get on a plane. That's 2.5. That's the same length as this movie. Like I was like, Jesus, guys. And the eating, the smacking, and everything. I was like, oh, okay, great. And I had to deal with that. On top of that, Quantumania sucked. So on top of that, it's like it was a bad experience. I was like, ugh. And I think that made me review the movie worse in general, which is too bad. But it is what it is. All that to say, not all that to say, but what I meant to say is that the reason I even brought that up is because someone is talking about Quantumania in this list of movies I was looking at. I'm on 4chan, okay? Jeez, God, sorry to tell you. I'm trying to hide it from people that I'm on here, whatever. I am. So if you see me bouncing around from topic to topic, it's because that's what I'm looking at, right? It's just a thread, a bunch of different things. Sorry if you think less of me. Yeah, and this guy says, let me guess, it's bad. They all think it's bad. Was it a flop? This guy says, why does Feige keep hiring Rick and Morty writers instead of actual talent? 100% true. 100% true. And this guy says in response, there is no actual talent to hire anymore. Lies. There's good writers. Have you got any idea how many movies and TV shows are being written and produced right now? The good writers are taken. And Marvel won't pay shit to tempt them to work for them either. I don't think so. I think Marvel's got plenty of money to give a writer. Feige's an actual fan of Rick and Morty. Also, the show deals with a lot of multiversal bullshit. This is why internationally hired a boatload of them. Why he intentionally hired a boatload of them. What? Anyone can do time travel. With the guys who wrote arguably the best time travel in a Marvel movie, the second Avengers was great. Why, that's not, I don't believe that's true at all. I think a lot of writers can do time travel well. I've read books with time travel and had been less confused than I wasn't even in this movie. Not confused, but just, they don't set up clear rules in Quantumania. So, no, I don't think that's true. They couldn't have picked worse writers for their multiverse arc. Rick and Morty is fine as a dumb cartoon, but is one of the lowest stakes and most annoying multiversal treatments in any show/movie. The multiverse in general was a mistake. That is partly true. I do think that they deal with very short, funny, quips, and there's no real repercussions in Rick and Morty. Even if someone dies, the next episode you could say Rick did something to revive them, So they're right. They're dealing with less stakes, and I get that in this movie. That's funny. I get exactly what he means. Second thing he said is the multiverse in general was a mistake. This also was semi-true. Because it was. You open it's not comic books. So you don't have the time to explain everything issue to issue. You don't have characters coming in and out like comic books do. A lot of comic books dealing with multiverse have access to any comic. Any person, any superhero, any villain for any explanation. If you're writing a time travel story in DC, you have so much to grab from. You could say, well, this happened because the Flash did this. Well, this happened because, in 1980 something, in this issue, this happened. So it can happen again. It was in a movie, you don't have that, So I do get it. Open up that box, just opens up everything. So, and then this will be the last thing. He thinks they understand multiverse shit, forgetting that they only have experience in writing jokes with zero continuity. Notice how he basically says he doesn't care about the tone. I guess in an interview. So true. That won't be the last one. I don't know. Oh, they're saying that I didn't get this at first, but they're saying that this guy's stupid because the Rick and Morty writer actually wrote a comic book called Nova. Oh no, Nova, the superhero. So what does that to do anything? Literally nothing. All right, cool. That's the end of that. I have nothing else. It's about an hour, a little over. I think. Actually, maybe not. Maybe I need to keep going. Why an hour? I don't really know. I just set that as my thing. I could go more, but I feel like eventually everyone will just get bored. including myself. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know. Maybe myself. What do I have? No, I have nothing else to say, though. So, here's what I have to say. I would say if you're going to make a big decision in your life, don't think it out. Just make it. And I know that sounds cliche, or maybe it sounds like the dumb thing you should do, but that's what I think you should do. Just don't think, do. I think that's best. I think go with emotion first. I think that'll work. A lot of people say don't make decisions based off emotion, but when people are saying that, they're usually focused on money, because that's what this world is focused on: money, money, money. Well, at least in America, God, it's like money, money. But yeah, I would say go with emotion first. Yeah. Even if someone tells you not to, go for it. And that is it. Thank you for listening to the whole thing, all the way to the end. Bada boom, but Shazam. No, what do I say? I don't know. I think I just say thanks for listening.